he took the DNA thing with the I think it was Ancestry type shit. I think he got, like, somebody popped up on it, like, you know, no. If you talk to him personally, that's his son.
You think that's his son?
Yeah.
You spoke on, you know, the love child, Remier, Jay-Z, you know, the paternity.
Yeah.
He's come out and said, like, you know, this is just long-term harassment, man. He's like, this thing is just won't go away.
Long-term harassment. You know how disrespectful that is to a man that looks almost identical to you?
Yeah, that's his child. That's very disrespectful. I mean,
to a man that chances are, just out of nowhere, random universal selection, this boy who's not related to you has your nose, has your mouth, has your brow line, has your hairline, same straight knobby knees, is like all of this just by accident. Just by accident.
Rymir Satterthwaite has been saying for years that Jay-Z is his dad. Not for clout, not for money, just for the truth. And now, after more than a decade of being ignored, blocked in court, and possibly even threatened, the fight for answers is heating up, and Jay-Z might finally have to face what he's been avoiding all along. Let's go back to the beginning. Remier says his mom, Wanda, got pregnant with him when she was just 15, maybe 16 years old. Wanda had 2 sons. Rymir is the oldest, and she always hinted that the man raising him wasn't his real dad. She told him the truth when he was about 8 years old. The man who fathered him was someone famous, someone powerful, someone named Jay-Z.
At first, he offered him bread, like, and everything, but, you know, his aunt, this is like his caretaker, didn't, like, approve of it. She said, no, you know, Jay-Z got a lien on her house, all type of shit that was going on. Yeah, the lady put her paperwork and everything with his name on it and all that. I mean, but young boy's so thorough though. He just want a dad. He not trying to get no money. He not trying to do none of that. I mean, that's why. So I told him when he called me 2 years ago, I said, listen, I don't want to be the one to tell your story because they're gonna think I'm trying to catch rep off of it. So let me let you tell your story somewhere else first. I mean, then I could talk about it. But he called me like 2 years ago, telling me like, I mean, I said, oh, young boy. He's like, I just want a dad. I don't want no money. I'm already 18. I think he was like 20 something at the time. I mean, but something happened to him, and I was like, yo, that sounds kind of weird. He said he was coming out from work, going to work, and it was a gun in his car. Like when he opened the door, he seen the gun. He said he went to go like call his man, like, yo, did you leave a gun in my car? His man's like, no. He said, why you on the phone talking to his man? The cops pull up and lock him up. He said, he's telling the cops, no, that's not my gun. He's like, so he went in the building he was in, and they seen somebody pulled up and put the guns in his car.
Oh.
And pulled off. I said, bro, I don't know nobody in the hood that got guns to just waste like that to do that. I don't know what. He's like, yeah, you know, so like Jay-Z had a gag order against him, like trying to get a gag order and trying to. And my thing is, if it's not my son, I'll just take a test, get over with.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you did dodge it and whatever, to me, I don't know. I think his mom was underage or something when he was born, so I think that's probably.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's probably part of it.
Yeah.
But like I said again, it's not the same as now.
But is the mom still alive?
No, she died. She died.
Huh.
She was 15 when she had him.
Oh. How old was Jay?
Like 20 something, I guess.
Oh.
Like 20, probably early 20, like 20.
According to Wanda, she met Jay back in 1992 at his aunt's apartment in the Brooklyn projects. They hooked up, used protection, but it failed. After that, she never saw Jay again. No calls, no way to reach him. Years passed. Wanda's health got worse, and when she couldn't care for Remier anymore, custody went to his godmother and legal guardian, Lily Coley.
Rape has a statute of limitations?
Yeah, everything has statute of limitations except for murder. It's like probably 7 years, but he can't even get locked up for it at all. That's why the girl can't file no charges against him, because it's a statute of limitation. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yo, man, you know, my man is Jay-Z's son, and he want to talk to you. Like, I said, mind you, the first thing I thought, like, this nigga lying. I said, all right, well, I'll talk to him, but young boy the chef. So I talked to him, I told him, I said, listen, young man, I don't want you to do the video with me because it's gonna look like I fished you out. And I'm trying to do a video with you because you Jay-Z's son, I'm trying to hate and all that. And I said, plus it's gonna be a lot of backlash on you. I mean, people gonna say they're not gonna believe you and all that, so I don't know if you wanna do it with me first. I could easily like get the money off of him and all that shit. And I said, I ain't gonna even talk about this shit until you talk about it first. So when I see he talked about it, that's the only reason I talked about it. I mean, but he said a lot of stuff that I still ain't said yet. I mean, like that's unbelievable. But you know, they anytime a person make you sign a gag order, you know that type of shit, that means you really must believe that's your son. Because if you're not my son, I know you ain't my son, nigga. I'm not, nigga. You're not my son, bro. I'm not making you sign no gag.
Wait, he made his son, or he made the baby mom sign a gag order?
The aunt. I think the mom is like maybe dead or something. So it's the aunt that got custody of him. And they offered him money. They offered him money.
How'd the mom die?
Oh, I forgot. I don't know if he told me that, but I know they offered the young boy my aunt money, but he said my aunt, she already had a couple dollars, and she's like, no, they ain't. I mean, I said, bro, if he offered me any millions, I'm taking it. My dad, he gave me some millions, I'm done, that's it. But the nigga not offer you no millions if they're not your son. Especially not that nigga. That nigga, he might offer you 5,000, like, yeah, millions. I said, bro, you ain't take that. But you know, his aunt had custody of him, like, so she turned it down.
That's when they started pushing for the truth legally. But instead of just agreeing to a simple DNA test, Jay-Z and his legal team allegedly went all out to block the case. In 2015, Remier filed a paternity suit with Lily's help. She's a paralegal and knew how to move things through the courts, but Jay's team responded hard, and in shady ways. Lily says Jay's lawyer tricked Wanda into signing legal papers while she was recovering in the hospital after a coma. These documents removed Lily's name from the case, something that wasn't agreed to. That move got the case thrown out. But Remier wasn't done.
Do you believe the guy that was really Jay-Z's son?
I mean, only reason I believe it because I know Jay-Z's smart and he got a lot of money, and if it wasn't, he wouldn't even acknowledge it. I mean, but plus, he took the Ancestry test, and the people in his family popped up on the shit. You know, you take that shit, anybody that take it, they pop up on shit. I mean, so I was like, I mean, mind you, I mean, my thing is this, like, I see the people that went to that boy island, the Epstein Island, with the young underage girls. And I'm like, well, what y'all going to the island for? How do you even know these people? So all the people are diabolical people in the same circle, man. I wouldn't even know those kind of people because I would still have my same friends from before. We don't do that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You mean I can't see me wanting a girl that's underage when I'm fucking old. You know what I'm saying? What you want? Like, I mean, I just don't. Not saying that. I mean, my thing is this: and you're a celebrity, you should know better. But once you see it, you're gonna be around that shit. Mind you got power, you got money. You can get a girl that's older that look young. I mean, but my thing is when you start messing with kids, man, it's like kids innocent. Kids the most purest thing on earth. I mean, so like kids, you're supposed to give them game. You're supposed to tell them how the pitfalls of life and how. I mean, you want to like that shit to me like something wrong with you. I mean, because you know what I mean. That's something wrong with you. Because I mean, as you age, it's automatically that you want people that's older because y'all got stuff in common. Y'all know about the same things. So what would I talk about to a girl that's 19, 18, any of that? Like, what the fuck I'm gonna say? What we gonna talk about? Nickelodeon? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I got a daughter that's old. Like, what I'm gonna talk about this? I mean, I gotta say you have a girl because a man could be 50 and a girl could be 28. I mean, because sometimes girls are more mature than men. But when you start talking about underage and close to just 20 and 19, they just you something wrong with you.
In 2018, The Sun reported that Remier filed new documents saying Jay-Z had been using money, fame, and legal power to avoid a paternity test for over 8 years. And it gets even weirder. The court kept saying Remier's biological father had already been identified. But when reporters looked at his birth certificate, surprise, no father was listed. Even more shocking, the court documents revealed that people on Rymier's own legal team were secretly working with Jay-Z's lawyers behind the scenes. So not only was Jay avoiding a DNA test, but he allegedly had help inside the system doing it.
I'll tell you what I do know. I do know that I have listened to actual commentary from his godmother, Lily, who sat with a friend of mine, Liz Crokin. I was there, I was present, I heard it come out of her mouth. Wanda was a minor when she got pregnant with Remier. And like Wanda always said, he picked her up in Philly, but he took her to New York, across state lines, to bed her while she was allegedly underage. Even though Lily was present when Remier was born. She was very clear on the fact that Wanda was a minor when she was pregnant with Remier, who was born a year before my son Giovanni. He came 92. That means she got knocked up in 91. He was well into his 20s by that time. Well into his 20s. Allegedly taking teenage girls over state line. He got unlucky, that condom broke. Poor guy. Or maybe that was just karma. Maybe God made sure that happened for a moment like right now. Disgusting. Don't nobody want to talk about the other kids that everybody denies don't exist and whatever.
Remier told The Sun, "I've been denied the right to a fair hearing because of legal mistakes and people working against me. If Jay-Z says I'm not his son, then just take the test. Prove it." But Jay stayed silent. Instead of answering, Jay-Z's side kept filing motions and throwing lawyers at the situation. But things changed recently. A judge finally ruled that the case could move forward and that Jay-Z now had to respond to the paternity suit. In New Jersey, the law is clear. If a man refuses to take a paternity test, he's presumed to be the father. So as of now, Jay-Z is legally presumed to be Rymier's dad. Why didn't Jay-Z just take the test and end this years ago? Some say it's about money, but that doesn't add up. Rymir is 32 years old, way too old for child support. Others say Jay is trying to protect his image as a loyal family man after the whole cheating scandal with Beyoncé. But the real reason might be even darker.
What do you feel someone coming out saying, "Hey, Jay-Z's my father"? What does that person want from a Hov if he's saying he does not
To
care? You
prove
think
that his mother wasn't a liar, because that's what they said his entire life while she was alive. Denying him makes her a liar. That woman was on the phone with the judge who was harassing her, telling her, demanding that she stop filing for paternity when she gave way and died. His mama died on the phone. Trying to get proper acknowledgement for him. If your mama died like that, would you just sit around and let people keep calling her a liar? That's how your mama died, with a judge yelling at her. And turns out now, all of these judges were bought off and paid off, and they're going to be looking at sanctions and probably charges, because what they did was illegal.
Allegedly, if Jay did get Wanda pregnant when she was only 15 or 16, and he was several years older, that could bring up serious legal and moral questions. It could explain why he's been avoiding this for so long. The rumors about Jay messing with underage girls have been floating around for years, and this situation just makes them louder.
Was I shocked when Jay said the line in Picasso Baby? Yes, because we've talked about that. We have a history that supersedes music, and we know how this business works. We sit back and we laugh at those rumors. We laugh at that. I think he began to feel the pressure because people were saying my age, the age thing. She was 15, 14. She was 15, 14. And after a while, that gets to a person. The Jay I know, the Sean I know, never comes out of character.
Produce the master recordings, Mr. Carter. It's the L99 for real. She ain't know no better.
Tell me about your audition with Jay-Z. Tell me what he said to you. A really good audition. And what did he say to you? He said something to you. Oh yes, he said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief. But then he said something about a window and a door or something. Oh, then he said, he did it one word. I did a lot of homework on you, Miss Lady. He said, there are two ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal sign or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
Rihanna was trafficked to Def Jam.
She was an innocent baby when she came over here. And look
She
at
was
her now.
14 going on 15 years old. Flown over without parental supervision in a private plane by a man who was supposed to be a producer who auditioned her at 3 a.m. in the morning in a hotel room. auditioning at 3 a.m. in the morning, a 14-year-old girl. She was flown to another country. She was taken to Def Jam headquarters. She was left in a conference room alone with Sean Carter for nearly 6 hours alone with no parental supervision. Her father collected a $500,000 check. She has the fastest inked deal in Def Jam history.
But wait, it gets worse. Around the time Rymir filed that second lawsuit, things started to feel dangerous. One night in September, Rymir was with some people in a parking lot near where he lives. Out of all the cars there, only his got shot up. Lily says they believe that wasn't random. It was connected to the case. Not only that, Lily says strangers started showing up at her house. People driving on her lawn, knocking on the door at 4 a.m. All of this started around the time they filed the latest court papers. She said, "This is bigger than Jay-Z. It's about the system protecting the powerful and silencing the truth. What Remier must be afraid of, though, is what happens to people who don't give Jay-Z what they want, like Aaliyah."
So that takes me to when you speak on Aaliyah. People really was honed in when you spoke on Dame Dash, Aaliyah, and you're speaking on something where you're saying, I wish that situation would be investigated further.
No, to be investigated. Period. It was never investigated. Hype was never questioned. Lenny Kravitz made a statement, and it was never publicized. She was unconscious. She didn't choose to get on that plane. There were phone calls made. There are witnesses who signed NDAs. Why would you need to sign a non-disclosure agreement about a plane crash and what happened leading up to it? Please, someone answer that.
Do you feel like
why the fuck would you need to sign? A nigga don't ask about a plane crash if it was accidental.
Do you feel like...
Riddle me that. Work with me here in this moment.
And I'm gonna ask you.
A plane crash should be accidental.
Should be.
Why would any testimony about what happened leading up to it need to be covered under a non-disclosure agreement if there wasn't foul play?
Now, mind you, September 11th happened a week later. 9/11 happened a week later. Do you think that took away from it?
Once again, there are people who did short sales on their stocks right after that, made a lot of fucking money, including Sean Carter. Now I'm going to ask you, why would non-disclosure agreements need to be signed for an accident?
Okay.
There were over 25 non-disclosure agreements cashed out and recorded regarding the death of that beautiful girl and every other human being that died on that plane with her.
Like, he real sneaky and real, like, see, but this is what Jay-Z know how to do. He know how to not say nothing and make you look crazy, because, like, he's not gonna say nothing. So you give you a chance to assume, man, it's the other person crazy and lying, like, I mean. So, but see, me, I don't worry about the image. He gotta worry about the image. I don't give a fuck about worrying about no image. I mean, whatever you think about me, I don't care. Like, I really, honestly don't care. Like, I mean, I care about certain people, care how they look at me, like certain people I might respect, but the internet world is fake to me. That shit is fake. I mean, these people on the internet, if you got enough time to type on something about me, that mean you watch what I'm doing. I mean, what are you doing with yourself? You watching me, and I'm getting paid for you watching me. Thank you. So you got a right to say whatever you want to say, but that shit ain't real. I mean, it's not real. I mean, because you got to remember, back in the day, on my time, you had to go outside to get a girl. You had to go outside. These niggas these days don't go outside to do nothing. They just type on the joint and talk shit. I mean, like, you can't let it affect you because, I mean, even look at the show Catfish. Shit like that didn't exist when I was young. Like, it's not a thing that could even happen. Like, so like this world right now is not made for niggas like me because we don't understand it. I mean, everything that's right is wrong now. Everything that's right is wrong.
You had a record, No, 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 right? That you wanted to get Jay-Z on?
Yeah, but he said he was going, he told me he was going to get on it. He asked me about getting on it. But he must have sat there and thought about it and said, man, I'm not getting on that shit, man. This nigga might get big. And like, I mean, you got to think about State Property CDs. Not only was he not on no song, like, he had put out a CD at the same time as ours joint come out. Mind you, Sparks had a song, right? Trying to get Jay-Z to clear the hook. Jay-Z voice was on the hook. He wouldn't clear it. But he cleared Cassidy joint.
What was his excuse?
He don't got to give you no excuse. The fact that you ain't do it, I don't even need an excuse. You ain't do it. You mean?
Lily and Rymir are now pushing for something called the Pro-Se Legal Abuse Act, which would help regular people fight back when the rich use the court system to crush them. Lily said, "This isn't about money or even about Jay-Z anymore. This is about how the system allowed this to happen and put our lives at risk." And then came a twist. When Jay-Z's name showed up in a recent lawsuit filed against Diddy, connected to serious allegations involving minors, Remier spoke out again. Jay had just released a statement saying he stands for protecting kids and living with honor. But Remier clapped back, saying, "If you truly believe in protecting children, take the test. Be honest."
Everybody will be watching this shit, be like, you know, you make all these assumptions. You make it like, oh, I'm crazy and we running and we chasing.
Like he
I'm not chasing.
Waited until he got married to have kids. Because there's a lot of people that are just super fans and they just can't see past the glitz and the glam and all of it. Jay-Z had a very fucked up past. He was a drug dealer. Ain't no telling what else he got into, you know, that we don't know about. And it is not like out of the ordinary for a drug dealer to hit a few women. Jay-Z waited until he got married before God had kids. Really?
Right. They can't look past it. They so stuck.
They dumb. Like, they just dumb.
But they come to me and be like, hey, yo, you want his money. You chasing him for his money. You want the 15 minutes of fame.
And if you was, that's your motherfucking daddy.
It's jealousy, too.
So, I'm chasing my motherfucking daddy for money, and that's your goddamn daddy. So fucking what? The whole facade of him perfect, I'm genius, I'm smarter than everybody, I'm the world's best dad. We still, like I said, we ain't seen the son that he got.
Most people that don't take care of their kids, they just don't got it. Even motherfuckers just don't got it. Like, I mean,
you think most people don't take care of their kids because they don't got it, or is because the mother alienates them?
But most I say it's because they don't got it. It's kind of embarrassing. A lot of people come out of home from jail, they can barely take care of themselves, things like that. There's some people because of the mom. I mean, it's probably, but I think most of it's because you don't got it.
I mean, but not having it, you don't have money, but you have time.
But listen to this though,
right? So you can still spend time with your child.
But your time you got, if you don't got no money, the time you got, you trying to get some money.
Yeah, and the mother may not let you come around if you don't bring some money.
That's
with
what I'm saying.
Because she's been paying the whole time. Yeah, I mean,
take all the guys that don't got.
Messy.
Take all the guys, right, that don't have it, that got kids, right? Even if the mom is a dickhead, right? But they got $1 billion now. They're gonna take care of the kids.
Yeah.
Automatically, because they're gonna stunt. Oh, stunt, come over here. I mean, because that's how human nature go. But some people, they above your thinking. Like, the thing, I can't figure that shit out. Like, I can't. I mean, because I don't claim to be a super best dad and no shit like that. But like, if I had $1 billion, any kid I got would never have to worry about money.
Yeah.
Even if I don't see him, he got some money. But so like, that's the thing people don't understand. Like, you know, he got to lean against this lady's house and all that type of shit. Like, what the fuck? I mean, it's like by all means, keep your image clean.
Yeah.
Instead of real life, instead of just being thorough in real life, it's like, I mean, keep your image clean. I just think that's corny.
While Jay-Z deals with his ongoing paternity case, Nicki Minaj has stepped forward with bombshell claims of her own. On social media, she recently alleged that Jay-Z owes her somewhere between $100 million and $200 million related to her ownership stake in Tidal.
And mind you, it's the other Carter that owes you $100 million, Nicki. So let me give you guys a summary of everything that went on the internet yesterday, at least from the perspective of how I saw it. Now, Cardi B had gained everybody's attention when she just tweeted this and said, shut the F up. Then she said, go to dinner, go shopping, go to the park, get off the internet, enough. She then followed it up and said, enjoy these looks and day, and ignored the board. Love y'all. Now, everybody was speculating that this was toward Nicki Minaj, simply because Nicki Minaj was not only tweeting, but she was also posting stuff on her IG. Now, over on her IG, she had reposted this about Jay-Z from 50 Cent, and in the caption, she says, oh, is this why they're trending the other day? I don't know. I hope all is well. To God be the glory. And then she posted her tweet over here, and you could pause to read it if you already haven't. But she goes on to say, so let me get this straight. Your so-called savior Jay-Z has a Hispanic CEO who was pardoned by Donald Trump. And then she says, interesting. So does this mean that Desiree, her name is Desiree, isn't a Democrat? Black people, I thought y'all hate Trump supporters. Wait, did Jay-Z ever campaign for Kamala? Then she goes on to question Jay-Z's political affiliation. I want to reiterate again, her boss got a pardon. I don't want to get this lost in history, but her boss did get a pardon. Now, when you switched over to Twitter, she continues this rant and says that we've calculated over 100 to 200 million so far. I'm assuming of money that she believes Jay-Z owes her. She said, Jay-Z, call me to settle this karmic debt. It's only collecting more interest. You're still in my top 5 though. Let's get it. After that tweet, she then proceeded to say that Jay-Z and Desiree, who is the CEO of Roc Nation, had ruined hip-hop, football, basketball, touring, Instagram and Twitter, and then she says the jig is up. Now, this was when the internet started to put 2 and 2 together and say, maybe she's talking to the wrong Carter, because about 4 years ago, Lil Wayne had sold her and Drake's masters to Universal Music Group for about $100 million. And then people started to ask her like, hey, didn't your boss get a pardon from Trump? Are we talking about the same Carter? I mean, people were legitimately asking questions like, maybe she's talking to the wrong person. And then she started talking about touring. In one of these tweets, she says, I hope the money stolen from my tours was hidden well. I'd hate for it to be money laundering, embezzlement, etc. And then that's when the audience started to realize she might have been confusing Roc Nation with Live Nation.
Jay-Z hasn't responded to Minaj's accusations publicly, but now, with court documents stacking up and fellow artists starting to speak out, the pressure is clearly rising. At 54, the billionaire mogul is facing not just legal heat, but growing tension within the music industry itself. Insiders are watching closely, wondering whether Jay will finally address all of this head-on, or if the next hit will come from someone even closer to him.